Hour 2 on this Friday morning, final hour of the week. Our thanks to Corey Provis for joining us. Taylor Cresson, Moorhead goaltender, will join us in a half hour about her commitment to play at The Ohio State in the Big Ten. That's coming up in just a little while. Also, there's some interest. This Fridays in the spring for college football are crazy. Bison are actually holding their final practice of the week right now. I'm heading up to the indoor practice facility after the show is done. We'll get a chance to visit with Tim Polisic for the first time since the Marty Brown news, and we'll have that coming up on our news tonight at 6 o'clock. But this is a heavy recruiting time for class of 26 or even class of 27 around the country, especially in the FCS ranks. The Bison are having a handful of guys on campus again today. And it's intriguing to see where now, with the amount of coaches that are in the FBS world that have ties to the upper Midwest, where they're hitting. South Dakota just lost, the state of South Dakota just lost a guy to Washington State. We'll show you that coming up in just a little bit. We'll talk some hoops, though, now, and we mentioned the portal in basketball officially closes on Tuesday for the men. And doesn't mean that you can't get guys out of it, just can't go in after that. The Bison have plenty of spots. We talked about they have 7 open scholarships to use, and now it's down to 6 after the news that Max Majerle will transfer to North Dakota State after spending a couple years at Central Michigan this past season at Pima Community College in Scottsdale, Arizona. He's going to head to North Dakota State. Of course, the son of Thunder Dan Majerle, 3-time NBA All-Star, 2-time All-Defensive team in the NBA. His son is going to play at NDSU. I visited with Max late yesterday afternoon to get his thoughts on why NDSU was the choice and to describe what the transfer portal experience is like.
It's definitely a crazy time. It's really just here and there. You get a lot of calls, and then you get a lot of people that will call you, but just like text you, not really text you back, or they'll blow you up. It's definitely a complicated process. It's a little stressful, but it's good. It's all good. It's crazy though.
Tell me about North Dakota State and who reached out and when did you first hear from the Bison?
Yeah, Coach Jones and Coach Richmond came out to the national tournament out in Danville, Illinois, where I played with my junior college. And right when the tournament was over, Coach Jones, one of our assistants, hit me up, called me, told me him and Coach Richmond were there watching, loved my game. And then Coach Richmond called me right after that and talked to me and told me how much he loved my game and that type of stuff, and got to know me and all that type of things, and just started to build a relationship from there.
So it starts there. How soon after do you reconnect and get up here to Fargo to get a look at things?
So I came home for a little bit, and then it was just connections throughout the whole time, talking on the phone pretty much every day, figuring out a time I could get out there to take a visit. And I just got home last night. I was out there the last 2 days, so I was able to get out there and get the job finished. I mean, that was the goal. I loved it out there. It was awesome. So that's what happened there.
What did you see, or what did you need to see or need to hear being physically here to say this is where I want to come, go to school and play hoops?
Yeah, well, everything was great. I thought the campus was great. Facilities were awesome. I think the coaching staff is just really great. It's really like a family aspect over there, and I met the guys on the team, and they're all about family. I could tell with them. So I thought it's a place where I could get better. It's a great program. It's a great winning program. It's a place where we could go in and win. And I think that's something, being an older guy, can go in there and coming off success from last year, help the team do what they want to do. And I think it's a really exciting spot. And just when I got there, the love I got from everybody, and I could just tell that the town loves the school, all that stuff. So, I mean, I thought it was a perfect spot.
They're in a rare spot where they actually have some guys back. There's a lot of mid-majors that don't have a lot of players back and guys that have played. Was that a big deal for you?
Yeah, and I can tell why there was guys coming back. I mean, just from the love of the coaching staff, I can tell how much they care for their players. And I mean, that's a big thing. I can tell that the coaches, that the players love the coaches over there. And that's like a big part of the game. I think that's really awesome. And like I said, everything out there was great. So, yeah, I think that's big time.
Tell me what Coach Richmond's reaction was. He said, "Yeah, this is it."
Yeah, he was fired up. That's my guy. So he was out there the whole way. He was calling me every day. So I know he was fired up when I told him I was ready to come.
What was your experience like at Pima? How did that help you, and how did that maybe get you to back to Division One where you wanted to be?
Yeah, no, I thought Pima was great. It was a good year of playing basketball, and I think it was really great of how much success we had. I mean, it taught us how to it taught me a lot on how to win and how to keep winning. How to be a leader. I was one of the older guys there, so how to lead. I thought Pima was awesome. I got to play my type of basketball under a great coach. Whole team was great, and I think that really helped me for how my game's going to be in the next year.
I know you grew up in Arizona. I know you've been to Michigan. North Dakota's a little different. Have they told you about what to expect from November to
Yeah,
April?
my dad loves the weather. I'm a little different. I'm probably going to struggle a little bit, but it's okay. I've been through it. I mean, I played in Michigan, so
Yeah.
I can handle the cold. I'll just get a big jacket.
Tell me about basketball. I know obviously everyone knows your dad. Was basketball always for you, or did you have another sport that you pursued when you were young?
Yeah, so my first ever sport was ice hockey, which I played for a while. I was pretty good at it, but then being in Arizona, you grow out of that. I think I was just young. I liked it. Then I played baseball a lot. It was really baseball and basketball were my two sports. And then I was a really good baseball player, but I just got bored of it. I'm a fast-paced tempo type of guy, so basketball fits my lifestyle. So that's why going into high school, I quit everything else and just played basketball.
Are there similarities? If people told you similarities between your game and your dad's game?
Yeah, definitely some similarities. I think I got like the competitive factor from him, defensive wise too. And then just like 3 and D, he shoots it. He was athletic. It's kind of weird, but yeah, our games are pretty similar.
I know Coach Richmond preaches defense. How much did he hammer that with you? Say, okay, we want to shoot it, but we got to defend. Did you? And
Yeah.
how appealing was that to you to hear it?
It was definitely appealing and seeing just the way they play. I think that's how I thrive in a game setting. So just the way that they play was awesome. I think that's how I play. And the defensive part, I love how intense he is and how competitive he is. And yeah, I mean, diving after loose balls gets him all fired up. Love that. So I mean, yeah, that was a big part of it. And just like I said, the way that they play, I think is just perfect for my game. So it was awesome.
How much do you know about the Summit League comparable to the MAC from what you played in? And how, do you think there's any trans or carryover from your time in the MAC to now coming to the Summit League?
Yeah, I think both leagues are really good. So I mean, the MAC's really competitive, and I've heard and I've seen stuff I've seen that the Summit League's really competitive. So I think that competitive factor will definitely carry over. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to play those schools like South Dakota State and all those schools. It'll be fun.
What did you find out about NDSU that maybe you didn't know over this time?
I didn't know Fargo was so big. And I got out there. I was pretty surprised on how big it was and how nice the campus was. Uh, I knew about their football team. I know they got some good success over there, seeing them play. But no, I was really surprised on how big the town is.
Tell me, eligibility wise, I know that's kind of wonky now with the year at JUCO. How many do you know how many years of eligibility you have?
Yeah, I have for sure 2 years left and
Okay.
possibly a third year.
Possibly a three.
Yeah.
For people, if you were trying to describe your game, how would you do that?
Probably describe myself as someone that plays hard, shoots, 3 and D type of guy that's athletic and smart, and just someone that plays with a lot of like firepower, someone that gets out there and competes every time and plays really hard.
What's the timeline now between getting back here and what do you have to wrap up there and get out
Yeah.
here?
So I'm just home now till I have to graduate from Pima or whatever, do my little stuff there. But I think I'll go back up there in June for the first session, sometime like that. So pretty soon, but I'm ready for it. Just getting ready, working out down here and just preparing for it. I'm excited.
To have this done, I guess I'll ask, well, how many? I know you had a couple other offers. Was there any other tempting, or was NDSU always kind of the leader in the clubhouse in your mind?
Yeah, NDSU was always the leader. I mean, from the first call, I could tell how much they cared. And like I said, them hitting me up every day and just like reminding me how important I was to them was a big thing. And I think that was one thing I really wanted to do was go to a staff that cares and a program that wins. And those both check the boxes. So I thought it was perfect.
to have it over and done with and feel pretty good today? That this is,
Oh, yeah.
you know where you're going now and have it done with?
I got some weight off my shoulders for sure.
There's our conversation we had with Max Majerle yesterday on his announcement that he's transferring and going to spend, as he said, at least 2 years of eligibility he has remaining. Now, does that mean he's going to be here for 2? Let's not jump to conclusions in this day and age of college athletics, but he has 2 years to spend. And you can see from the highlight reel, and again, I know you're going to say, well, it's junior college, Dom, and nobody plays defense. They were 35-1 was Pima, and I thought it was intriguing what he mentioned on the amount of consistency that NDSU had in contacting him. That between Richmond and Josh Jones, they were constantly on the phone, and they showed interest. He had a couple of other offers. Lindenwood was into him. Southern Indiana, both Division I schools that wanted to that offered him scholarships, and he's going to come play here. So, is we should keep a running tally on this. I throw Kyle another graphic to make for next week on where the Bison men's basketball roster is at for 2025-26. Over the last handful of days, there has been a smattering of attention on social media of guys announcing they're returning. Damari Wheeler-Thomas announced he's coming back. Noah Feddersen announced he's coming back. Yesterday, Andy Stefanowicz announced he's coming back. And Tajavis Miller announced they're coming back. That goes to the topic I brought up with Marley in our interview, because there are few teams in the Summit that bring back that much experience that the Bison have. Frankly, I don't know if anybody has that. South Dakota State has a couple guys that played. Seiler and Matthew Moores are back, which are big pieces for the Jacks. But that's probably it. The Bison, if you think about it, bring back Miller's a 3-year player. Wheeler started 60 games, I want to say, first 2 years before he redshirted this past season. Feddersen is a 2-year starter. That's unheard of now in this level of basketball. Stefanowicz played nearly every game a season ago, started a handful. He's going to be asked to do more. That's a pretty good core group to begin with. So you've got those 4 guys back. Trayson Anderson, the young man from Lincoln, we think is going to be back. His name isn't in the portal yet, so deductive reasoning would think he's going to be back for next season. So that's 5. Then the 2 young players, Eli Bradley, who has been here for 2 years and hasn't played. Gus Bradley's son. Believe he's going to be back. Right? So now you're at 6. And then Carson Smith, Craig Smith's son, redshirted last season, would think he's going to be back. So then you're at 7. Right? Then you have the 2 high school players that they've signed, Riley Massey and Dom Clay. Now you're at 9. And then you have Marley at 10. So you still got 5 spots, at least. I mean, they had 15 guys on the roster last year. I'd say 5 to 6 spots that they still have available for them to use. And they're going to use them, I would imagine. There are names out there. Some of them they have swung and missed on, but you got to at least be in the game to try and get at it. So that's the first edition. We'll see how that continues to stack up over the next couple of weeks. I'd imagine by the time we get to Mother's Day, they'll probably have their roster. I think that's probably where we were at last year, is by Mother's Day they had their 25, 26, or their roster for the upcoming year. I'd imagine they'll be done by then. We'll see. We're due for a break. We come back with a couple other topics we want to get to, including the bidding war for the Brazil NFL game is back on. Remember, that's the game right after the season opening contest. We'll talk about that and a couple other topics back on Hot Mic right after this.